Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to all of you from Ken here at the Stamps of Life. Ho, ho, ho. Well, I'm not really Santa, but Merry Christmas to all of you. I picked this up at Walmart last week, 99 cents. What do you think? Does it look like it's about 99 cents worth? Well, I want to wish you Merry Christmas. I hope you are having an awesome day today. It's Take Two Tuesday. My name is Ken. I'm here at the Stamps of Life in cloudy, cold Southern California. Welcome to all of you. Great to have you here. Let's have some fun today. Let's have some fun. Here at the Stamps of Life, once a week we get together and we have this episode called Take Two Tuesday. And what we do is we go back in time a little bit and we take a look at some items here from the Stamps of Life, some fun stuff. Stamps, dies, card making things, all that kind of fun stuff. We have it here. And if you're new to us, we've been in business since 2009. And we used to travel a lot and do shows, and things kind of changed after COVID and all that stuff. But we're staying closer to Southern California area, but we're online all the time. And we have Stephanie's tons of videos. If you never met my wife, Stephanie Bernard, she does great videos. And we're on YouTube and Facebook and some of the time Instagram. Instagram's kind of broken right now. So, we're doing the best we can with that one. Hopefully we get it fixed at some day. But I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. And I hope you are into the season and you're ready to have some fun. It is a little cold here. It is cold. And so I have my sweatshirt on today. I thought you could see my logo, but you can't even see my logo today. It's supposed to say Stamps of Life. But cold, and it is supposed to rain a lot here the next few days. So we're going to have a rainy, see the Instagram is broken. We'll let it go. So it is rainy. It's going to be rainy the next few days. And usually we get some nice, warm, sunny days. So it's kind of surprising. But today we'll look at some dies. We'll have some fun facts for eggnog. How about that? Eggnog. And then we have a Christmas quiz to end up with, and we can't go without the Christmas story. So we're going to touch on that today. If you have a Bible and you want to hang out for at the end, the good news segment, we are going to do a little devotional from Luke chapter 2. So if you have an app on your phone or you have a Bible or something like that, you can get that ready. That will be at the end. We'll have some fun. And it's good to remember Jesus, because that's really what Christmas is all about, right? That is what Christmas is all about. So again, Take Two Tuesday, once a week, we get together, we go back in time, look at some old items. Take Two, our second look at some items here from the Stamps of Life that we have from the past. That's for you who are new. Maybe you've never seen these. And then for those of you who have been around here for a while, you might have these items already. So we're just showing you something you already have, but maybe you forgot you have it. So it's a little bit of a reminder for you. So that's what we do. I want you to know that going forward, I'm going to change the format a little bit. I'm going to try to shorten these down a lot. And they'll still be most weeks, but every once in a while I might miss one. But I think we're going to call it like Take Two Tuesday Express or something like that, because these episodes have been going way too long. So I'm going to try to scale it back and condense it. We might be going maybe more like 20 minutes, hopefully something like that. But that will be the plan, to change kind of how we do this, still have some fun, but just reformat it a little bit. So I'm going to try my best. But did you see in my titles? This is episode 100. Wow. I need an applause for that. 100. I do have a sound button here, so let me see if I can find it. So I know I can't hear you guys, but if you can applaud 100 episodes, I can't even believe I've made it that long. I don't know if it's good or bad. I know some of the time the viewerships are lower. Everybody's busy, I understand. And it's not easy to watch everything all the time on YouTube or keep up with that stuff. I subscribe to stuff and I can't watch it all. But episode 100. I never thought we would make it to 100. So that means we've been doing this for almost 2 years. I think we started in January of 2024. So we've gone through a lot of items. So you can go back in the past and watch some old episodes if you want. But so few changes, but mostly it'll be the same, just kind of condense things, but we'll still have some fun. What else do I want to tell you? Oh, at the end, this is really, really important, okay? Really, really important. I told you this is episode 100. We're going to have well, it won't be a drawing, but we're going to have a contest, okay, at the end. And at the end of this episode, I'm going to ask you a question. And in the comment section, that's down below, when the video ends, you're going to post your answer there. And if I get 100 comments, which I'm sure I can, I'm going to give away a $20 gift certificate from the Stamps of Life. I will pick one winner, just random, but the question I will post at the end of this episode, okay? And then you'll answer in the comment section below. And everybody will have a chance to win, okay? There's no right answer or wrong answer, but I will let you know the question later. So stay tuned for that, all right? So that's something we haven't done for a while. So make sure, if you have to leave today, you can't watch the whole episode, that's fine. Just go back. I will leave it. I'll post it in the comments. The question will be right there. And so the comment section down below me, you'll be able to answer there, all right? So I want you to do that and have a chance to win a gift card. I think we can get to 100 answers. I'm sure we can. We haven't done this for a long time, but I'm sure we can. So hopefully we will. And let's see, what else? Oh, just for fun, I always want to have you guys engage and be involved. So make sure you are commenting in the comment section. I see a lot of you here. A question for you. And anytime I answer questions, please, please, please answer in the chat. You guys can chat with each other. You can chat with me. I can't see everything because I'm busy here, but I try. And that makes it more interesting rather than when I'm just talking blah, 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 blah. I know it sounds like that after a while. Probably you're thinking that right now. Blah, 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 blah. But the question for you, are all of your Christmas gifts wrapped? We are 2 days away from Christmas. Have you wrapped all of your Christmas gifts? Or maybe you haven't even started wrapping your gifts yet. Let us know in the chat. I actually wrapped some gifts on Saturday. So I'm about 50-50. Let me know. Let me know how you're doing. And I'm going to say hi to a few people. I saw a couple early birds here, which was good. I saw Ruth Debbie's here, which means she's not in the hospital. That's really good. So hi, Ruth Debbie and Beer. I saw you both here very early. And Gloria. Debbie's there. And I'm trying to make out all these names. Peggy. And there's the Stamps of Life. That's me. Let's see. Dawn's here. And Paula. Janet. Norma. That's a few of you. Nashua. Terry. Welcome all of you. If I missed you, Damari. There's Damari. Karen. I want to welcome all of you. Okay. So let's have some fun. I do have a little bit of busy work. So besides Merry Christmas, I said that. Don't forget, you can get last minute. Maybe you need a last minute gift. Well, guess what? I think we have it. Let's find out. Stamps of Life. We have gift cards. If you need a last minute gift, and it says, or if somebody asks you what you want for a gift, right there on the Stamps of Life website, okay, you can get a gift card from us. Now, actually, let me show you. If you go to our website, oh, one of my cameras is not hooked up. Give me 1 second. I forgot to hook up a camera. So I need to do that. And I was wondering why it's so dark on the side. You know what? I have not even turned on all my lights. So this is an old phone, and I actually use it for one of the cameras, the camera that looks at when we have card samples. So let me set that up. I thought I had everything ready to roll. Like I was a little bit ahead of schedule, but no, I always forget something. Today it was this. So give me 1 second here. I might be off screen, but I'll still be out. No, you'll still see me. I'll get the lights on here and I'll get this camera going. And hopefully that will work. Come on, camera. No. All right. I think we're on our way. We got some more light there. And hopefully that comes through. There it is. Oh, good. That's not bad. A little crooked, but. So the gift certificates are on the website. Let me show you that. I was going to do that. Oh, not that one. That's where we'll be working here. And we can get rid of this. get rid of my name. Hang on 1 second. And if you've never been to the Stamps of Life website, this QR code that I'll pop up there real quick, this will get you there. So if you have a phone and you want to go to our website, you just take a little zoom in on that little QR code up there on the left of your screen. That'll get you to the Stamps of Life website. Real quick, Stephanie wanted you to know that there are new options for personalized stamps. You can have your name look like handwritten. How about that? So those are brand new. And then if you are looking for the gift cards, go right over here, gift certificate it says. Click on that and boom, there you go. They start at $10. So if you need a last minute quick gift, an easy one, $10 or up. If you want to ask for one, get that link up there at the top and email it to your friend or family member who's asking you, what can we give for you for Christmas? And you really want something from the Stamps of Life. This is the best way to do it because they don't always know what to get you, right? They don't know what to get you, but you know what you want, and a gift card will get you there. So if you need that, either way, all right? And let's see how we are doing here. Some people said they have not finished their gift card, their purchases even yet. Here we got an all wrapped. All but one is wrapped. Good. Dawn says she's just got a few to wrap. Nashville still need to wrap. Yep, Peggy's got it all done. Gloria's got it all done. Some of you are way good. Damari, nope. It's all over the place. I'm 50-50, so I understand if you wait till the last minute. I remember many years wrapping Christmas gifts on Christmas Eve, like after kids had gone to sleep. So that does happen. That does happen. What else? Of course, you know, we at Stamps of Life, we have lots of clubs. If you are not a club member, you want to join one, you can sign up for any of them. Currently, we have a fun raccoon fold it club. And then we have, I can put that up. We have the fold it club. Then the kind of unicorn themed card kit for December is out. Do I have a picture of that? Let me see. I might have it. I might have some of these. Hang on. Let me show you. So if raccoon looks like this, maybe that's the raccoon fold it club you can get from us. You have the option of adding stamps to that. Then there is the new card kit. I think it's called All Smiles. And it has that cool unicorn. That unicorn right there is a fold it. That comes with a card base in the kit. You can open up that kit and just start making cards. Then we have our die club. Yep, you get the stamps and dies. So you'd also get an idea card with it. And then just the stamp club. Whoop, nope, Ron, that's not just the stamp club. Is that the stamp club? There it is. So that's where you just get stamps, no dies. That one starts at $13.99. So you can join any of those clubs on our website. If you join now, you'll get some free gifts. All of them include gifts. And then also, when you start shopping, you get 15% off on the Stamps of Life website anytime you shop. And you start earning club points. And every once in a while, Stephanie sends out some free gifts. All of this month's club shipments have extra freebies from Stephanie. And then I added some to the card kit. So that's something to think about. If you've never joined the club, you'll have fun. 3-month commitment. You save money. You get something that you like in the mail every once in a while. And I think you'll love it. We've designed the club so you would love it as a club member. That's the point of that. And then also, since Christmas is Thursday, no crafting corner this week. Okay, just so you know. No crafting corner this week. But Stephanie says, let me get rid of this now. Stephanie says that next week we should be back on the 1st. Even though it's first, a holiday, Stephanie says the show must go on. Okay. And then tonight there is is it tonight? Yeah. Tonight. Wait. Yeah, tonight. And it's not Christmas Eve. So tonight at around 6, usually we do everything. We try to stay at 5, but tonight it will be around 6. Stephanie's going to do the new Fold It Club reveal. So this is your last chance right now to get the raccoon. We're going to switch over tonight to the new Fold It Club. That will start shipping. I might get some of them out tomorrow, but it might not be until right the day after Christmas, but you can sign up for it. So Stephanie's going to reveal that tonight. That'll be right here on YouTube and Facebook. You can watch, and that will be fun. So again, normally we try our best to do everything at 5, but we have something going on today, so we can't make it until 6. So note that change. It's going to be a little bit different tonight, 6 p.m., but Stephanie will be live, all right, later. All right, that's it. Let's get going. Our first item up is really cool, and this is Christmassy themed. Does that come through? Woo! Joy to the world, it says. But we're talking about this outside here, pin dot frames. That's going to be our first item up today. Pin dot frames. Let me find this information for us. It is from October of 2021. This is a really fun set. This card is Christmas themed, but I'll show you a couple of the ideas. You can use this one like all kinds of different times of the year. All right, it really works. Here is the die set you would get, or you may have already. Let's check it out on the website and see what we have over there. Yeah, there it is. All right, we're gonna switch over there, and I will jump up there on the screen on the top. And let's get rid of that QR code so you can see my face. Oh, darn it, where is that? Boom. Ah, there I am. So Pin Dot Fancy Frame die set includes 8 dies, works in a standard size machine. It is from October of 2021. Fun, you can decorate a card front with this. You can add it to a scrapbook page. It works in a lot of different ways. And then let's look at some of you need some inspiration. I have some of these cards I have right here in the studio, but they're on the website too. So if you need ideas, they will be right here. And we also, if you need more ideas than we even show here on the website, you just want to hit this button right here, View Idea Gallery. If you go there, you might see more from the design team, but also from customers who have used this collection of dies and created something fun, and they've added it to our gallery. So lots of ideas. We want to be helpful. We want you to get the most value out of all your purchases here at the Stamps of Life, and ideas really help a lot. So you can see all the different ways you can use it. Again, it's from October of 2021, but it's got these cool little dots here, and it really just adds a little extra interest to your card. I'm going to give you a little surprise way to do this. There is something here that coordinates. We should have some other dotted items. So I'm going to make a note that dotted items, we have like dotted squares, hearts, all kinds of different dotted items. I'll make sure that that gets updated on the website. And let me make a note here so I don't forget to, what is this one called again? Pin dot frames. All right, let's see. What are we up to? Oh, I want to show you the samples I have here real quick. Let me do that. And the camera that we just added that I had forgot should be up and running. So yeah, let's see. Boop, it's a little crooked. Let me fix it before I show you what we've got going on here, and everything's all crooked. Okay, I think I got it. Sorry about that. Usually I have this ready to go. So here are our card samples. That was the one I was just showing you there, Joy to the World. Can I fix that, make it a little bit straighter? That's good. And lots of pretty Christmas colors on that one. And then you can also use it kind of just as a tag. Let it snow, that one says. Let it snow. Let me see, I've lost my comments, so let me fix that up. Uh-oh, Debbie says she thinks she has this one, but it's still in the original packaging. Does that mean you haven't used it? Come on, Debbie, you gotta use these. Whoops, that is upside down. I couldn't read that high, it says. That one opens up like that. Look at that, right on the front of an A2 card. Nice. And then also on a slimline. So you've got some options there. You can layer it. That's fun. Like how you don't just have to layer the dies that come in with it. You have it as a background, and then you can add something to the top. So I think that's really fun. So let's go ahead and get our dies. Again, that's the set you get. And we're going to take it to our die cutting machine. And you know what? I'm going to do something different with this one. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how you can take this die set and kind of make it into a folded card. So let's see how we can do that. I'm going to show you real quick. Super easy. Let's get to work over here. And I'm going to go kind of Christmas style. Got my dies there. And we're going to, whoops, this one we're going to get to here in a little bit. There's my dies. I got my machine there. And we're going to go ahead and try to make a little folded out of this. Now, if you haven't made a folded card before, it's really easy. You could do this. Now, we have foldeds that are specifically designed to be A2. So I imagine that this die is not exactly A2. But it's going to make a nice size card. So we're going to take this outside and then we're going to layer a little bit. So let's start die cutting. With the folded, one of the big things you have to do is fold some cardstock. Kind of makes sense, right? Because this is a folded card, which means you're going to create a card that folds and opens. And you can fold it at the top or on the side. Now, most of our dies that we call foldeds, they'll have a little information on here that says place fold here or place fold here on the side. That's usually included. But since we're using just a die that's not designed to be a folded, to make a folded, this wouldn't have it written on there. But it still works the same. I'm going to put my extra dies off to the side, try to keep them ready to go. And let me make a little adjustment here. And right after this, we will do some fun facts for eggnog. And that would be my question for you. Do you like eggnog? Some people really like it and some people don't. Do you have a taste for eggnog? Do you like it? I think the only eggnog I've ever had has been like the store kind, you know. It's okay. I haven't had it for a long time, but if I had it around, yeah, I would drink some. But you can also make it homemade. And so we'll talk about that a little bit today when we do our fun facts. Okay, but do you like eggnog? Are you a fan of eggnog? I know some people are going to say they love it, and some people are going to certainly say it's not for me. That's one of those things that there could be a wide variety of opinions on. Definitely. Okay, so what we do here on a folded, we fold our cardstock. Get a nice, if you have something to like to really score that, that's even better, but we're just trying to move things along here. We're going to take the die and place it face down so the blades go into the card, and then I'm just going to run it through the machine here. That looks a little bright now, so let me tune that down one. Run it straight through the machine. In the chat, let me know, do you like eggnog? Are you an eggnog fan? And then, you know, there's eggnog. You can add alcohol if you want, or the way I've always had it was without alcohol. So I'm just used to it being like that. But I guess there's different alcohols you can add to it. And so it's kind of a festive. I always think of it as Christmas time. I don't know if there's any other time of the year that people drink that stuff, but let me know in the chat if you like it or not. Love to hear from you. I wish that in our chat there was some way to do polls so we could keep track of the votes. I bet they're going to offer that someday. So see, we've got this cut out, and that looks good, except because we folded it, we've got a straight line there. So we have to run, going to get a new piece of cardstock, and I'm going to run another sheet in here to cover that up. All right, so I'll leave that there, get rid of this scrap, and get a new sheet. And then I'm going to run this through. This time I don't have to fold it. We're not going to get that line. We're just going to run it through and get our straight die cut. And by doing this, that straight line right there, we're going to cover it up. That's basically all. That's the reason we're doing this extra layer. Because you have to have that line to make it a fold, but it looks weird. So you wouldn't want to give your card to somebody with a straight line on it like that. Run that through again. And I will, so this one, no line on top. This one has the line. So what are we going to do? We're going to take this and cover that up just like that. So let me get some adhesive. And then I have a couple other colors. We'll just layer a little bit here. We won't go too crazy, but to give you an idea, something that you might have that you can use and makes a nice Christmas card, I think. Where's my adhesive? There it is. So let's go ahead and get some adhesive on here. Woo, this stuff is crazy aggressive. I don't know how it does that. Great. Here we go. And I won't. If you were making a card, you'd want to put a lot more adhesive on it than I did, but just for the sake of time, we're just putting a little on there, speed things up. All right, so here we are. We have the base of our card just like that. Look, it will open and whoops, it should open. If I can get my fingers to work right. Oh, come on, little card. Do I have it at the right end? Yeah, I do. So I think that just got really pushed down there together. How did I lose my fold here? Is it that? Let's try this again, see what's going on here. So my fold should be right here. What did I do? I have a fold there. Why is this not coming apart? There we go. It's just really crushed together. Whew. That is weird. I've never had that happen before. So basically there, it was just so compressed. Now this goes on top. And ta-da! Maybe it's those little dots that make something. There we have the opening of our card. So we're off to a good start. We're making a little Christmassy card here. So that was the main one. We need to get a couple smaller layers here. And what are my other colors? I have some red and green and white. So we have a little bit of everything. So we're going to try to do a couple different layers. And I will just take the next levels down so we end up with a lot of white there at the end. I'm going to try to keep those together best I can. Put that off to the side and let's get our next sheet. And again, we're just kind of layering here, making some type of Christmas design, Christmas card. Let's see what we can come up with. Again, I hope you guys are all ready for Christmas and you're looking forward to a fun holiday with maybe friends, family, whatever you've got going on. I hope it'll be a special time for all of you. So there's one layer, and let's get some red. Just doing a bunch of different ones here real quick. We'll throw it together at the end. And normally you'd just run your whole plate through the die cutting machine, but I just need this area cut, so I just run it right to where the die ends. Once it gets past that little doop, and then right back. I'll show you what we're kind of building. So we've got that layer, and then we're going to go to this one. Let's add that one on top. And for fun and to give us an area to, this might be vanilla or white, we'll do that one real small there, and then we'll layer all that together. Okay, we'll layer it together. And I have a couple pieces from an old card that I'll be able to add a word and a little bit of art to my card without really even doing it myself. So I'm kind of recycling a card, one from the past that we can still use here in the future. So there are my layers. Dies are off to the side. And let's just put all this together. That will be our next trick. We will add everything together. There. And then I'm going to layer this on top. And again, do you have to do all these layers like I'm doing? No, but I'm just kind of showing you how the dies work and to make it a little more interesting. Okay. So I've got all my fun Christmas colors. Maybe you have a gold or maybe a different color of green you want to use. Perfect. And we're going to take this and we're going to add this to our card front. Again, you could get much more intricate. You can ink, add whatever kind of images you want. You can just really make this look super special. But this gives you the basics of the card is what I'm trying to show you. So here we have our card base, and I've got to add a little something to that. So I have some old artwork here, and let's see if I think that will work. Maybe not. So maybe I want to add something like that here. So I could do that. Again, I'm just recycling an old card here that this was already die cut. I could add that to the top like that. That's easy. So if you have something like that, maybe you have one of our Stamps of Life pattern paper pads. Maybe you have some artwork that's already cut out. You can just add that to the front. And maybe I need a little sentiment on the inside there. So let's see if this piece will work. It might. It might. Let's give it a try. And I can't show you what I'm doing off screen because you'll be, oh no, Ken, don't do that. Don't tear that apart. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I won't let you see what's happening, but it's going to be okay. All right. So here I have this other little extra piece, and maybe I just want to say wishes in there. And maybe you have a little stamp you want to add to it, or we could put this off to the side there. And then you could put a little note. And we've got this was a tag before. And there you have it. So something on the front. Of course, you could have a sentiment if you wanted. And then it opens up and it says wishes there. You could write your little Merry Christmas from our family to yours. You could write that off to the side there. And then, of course, we talked about the personalized stamps there that are on the website. You could add that to the back. So that's real easy. That is what is this again? Pin Dot Fancy Frame die set. 9 dies are included. It has the little word hi in there. And so that was my idea, kind of thinking Christmassy, but where are my samples? Does anybody see my samples? How could they be missing? How could all my card samples be missing like that? I just had them in my hand. Oh, they're under my secret weapon mat here. So there's a Christmas idea. And then again, here's some of the other ones. If you want to go full on birthday and also as a slimline, good. Again, my idea as a fold it. None of these are fold its. All right, that would go there. Here it is on the front of a card. This card is A2 in size, so it kind of gives you an idea how big the dies are. And then this one, it flips open like that. Let your dreams bloom. Here it is as a little tag. Let it snow. If you want to decorate the gifts you're giving, or you could maybe even make a whole bunch of these and make them into ornaments for your Christmas tree, right? It could just hang right there if you had a ribbon. And then this one's really nice. Joy to the world, again, on the front of a card. On the front of a card. And I like that gold. If you're wondering what this stamp set is, it's called Flourishes for Christmas or Flourishes to Stamp, one of those. But that is available on the website. I know they came back in stock. And then that opens up like that. All right. So that is our first item. We're going on now. We are moving on to we're going to do our kind of fun facts, I guess it is. We're going to at least talk about eggnog. Eggnog, all right? Eggnog is up next. So let me find our information here. And I think I can share it with you. So we're going to try to do that real quick. Again, Merry Christmas to all of you. If you're just jumping in, I'm happy to have you here. And we are just kind of looking at some items from the Stamps of Life. This one's from 2021. Right now, just for fun, we do this. Fun facts, make our brains think and learn a little bit more, just to have some fun. So this is a variety show. This is a variety show. Think of it that way. We do a little bit of product stuff, a little bit of crafting, but we have a little bit of variety and do some other things too. So if you like it, great. If you don't, I understand, but we're just talking and chatting, and we try to learn some things, and we play games. And so that's why after this section, we'll do a quiz here in a little bit, a Christmas quiz, and that's always fun. And I know you guys are good at that stuff. Sometimes we play word puzzle games. We played Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, different stuff. So today right now our fun facts are, since we're in the Christmas season, if this says amazing, that's the recipe. We'll get to that. So here we go. Fun facts for eggnog. Again, I know not all of us have a taste for eggnog, but some of us love it, some of us don't. So it says when you're with your first sip, you can't help but feel the warmth of the season rush over you. Again, it says whether with alcohol or with not. Here's the guide to eggnog. The drink is supposed to have originated from a European beverage known as, I don't know if this is how you say it, posset. Warm milk was used to make posset, which was subsequently combined or curdled with spices and wine or ale. Curdled, that doesn't sound good. That sounds like sour, so that's not what we're going for. The British nobility gave birth to eggnog, which evolved from posset. Since only the rich could afford to purchase these ingredients, the new drink included eggs, milk, and sherry. The beverage later gained popularity for toasting at social gatherings. So it's like for upper class people, it says. And you needed dairy and eggs. And it became popular in the USA because I guess we had people raising chickens and cows, right? So you can combine this. So eggnog truly took off in the United States here and has become well liked by many now, not just the upper elite rich people. So it says you can have alcoholic or non-alcoholic, up to you. Alcohol is traditionally included in the homemade eggnog recipes. And I saw that because, eggs some of the time can have things in it that are not good for us when they're raw. So I think the alcohol could kill some of that. So I think from like what I read, the recipes and stuff like that, it's kind of good for that reason to put the alcohol in it, but you don't have to. When we get the recipe, I'll talk some more about that. So it says you could add bourbon, whiskey, brandy, or rum. By doing this, the drink will become more complex and warmer for winter seasons. And it tells here's the different drinks you can add to it: cognac, darker spiced rum, Irish cream liqueur, vegan eggnog. Eggnog's popularity across the world. It's most popular in the UK and US, but other nations have adopted the egg-based beverage in their own ways. Coquito. Has anybody had coquito? I have not had coquito. Oh, there you go. Danielle says she's talking about it. I think that's what you were talking about, right? Puerto Rican eggnog. Coquito is rum and coconut milk from Puerto Rico. Rome Pope is a Mexican drink made with rum and cinnamon. Peru has its own brandy known as Biblia with Pisco. A soup with beer, eggs, and cloves is known as beer soup in Germany. Wow, there's some crazy stuff here. National Eggnog Day is tomorrow. Wow, tomorrow is actually National Egg. Every year, more than 135 million pounds of eggnog are consumed in the USA. Wow. Eggnog is sometimes referred to as egg milk punch or milk punch. So if you've had it, it's kind of thick, kind of creamy. And it talks about serving it warm, but I've only had it cold. But that's because I bought it at the store and it comes out of the fridge. So I always want it to be cold, but I don't think it has to be. So let's find a recipe. Thinking of that, hot or cold, let's go ahead and look at the recipe. This is from All Recipes, and if you did typed in all recipes and typed in eggnog, something would come up. So it says, this homemade eggnog is creamy and sweet with just the right amount of spice. This recipe took several years for this person to perfect. The egg yolks are tempered for safety, and you can adjust the amount of rum to taste or leave it out entirely. It's up to you. You'll never serve store-bought eggnog again. See, that's the thing. I have a taste for the store-bought, but I bet this is way better. So there are different recipes. There's like this cold one, I think. So you can see how they're mixing it and adding the sugar and all that stuff. So you've got to refrigerate it. See, look, prep time is 10 minutes. Oh, this one is a warm one. Cook time 15, but then additional time 9 hours. So after you cook it and it gets warm, you're supposed to chill it. You're supposed to chill it. See, I thought it was served cold. I have in my mind that you heat it up, but no, you have to chill it after that. So homemade eggnog is the perfect way to ring in the holiday season. It has a little bit of spice, flavor. Eggnog is a thick, creamy, and dairy egg-based drink. It's traditionally made in large batches and served at holiday gatherings. You can spike it if you want. What does eggnog taste like? Let's see. It's custardy. It's rich, creamy, and sweet. It tastes a bit like melted ice cream that's been spiced with nutmeg. Okay, that's a good way to explain it. Here's your ingredients: milk and light cream. So if you want it to be creamier, I read the recipe say add more cream and less milk. So you just have to adjust for that depending on your own liking. There's the spices and seasoning. You need cinnamon, cloves, vanilla, and nutmeg. And then egg yolks thicken the mixture. And then sugar, of course, lots of sugar, white sugar for this dessert-like beverage. And then spike your eggnog. We talked about that. And we talked about the alcohol that goes in. How to make it. Here we go. Here's the recipe. Heat the milk, cinnamon, cloves, and a dash of vanilla. Boil it, then remove it from the heat. It says you have to be careful when you boil stuff because you don't want it to burn and stuff, get stuck to the pan. Whisk the egg yolks, then whisk in the sugar. So that's all separate. Then gradually whisk the hot milk mixture into the egg mix. Cook the mixture over medium heat until thick, and then strain it to remove the cloves. Oh, one other thing, I think by letting it sit like for the 9 hours, besides cooling down, I think all those flavors kind of like expand. Stir in the cream, the rum, the remaining vanilla, and the nutmeg, and refrigerate overnight. Can you freeze eggnog? Yep, you can freeze eggnog for up to 6 months. Make sure to leave a few inches at the rim of the top of the container because it'll expand and break open then. So they say, I'll never buy this recipe has been, so here's like our comments. Jane says, this recipe has become a holiday tradition. It's important to make it a day in advance, which gives the spices the time to infuse in the eggnog. This other person, Heather, says, I'll never buy store eggnog again. Wow. This recipe tastes exactly like the most expensive brands of eggnog. I left out the rum. This eggnog is so good, says Nico5. I don't even like eggnog, and I loved it. My husband had 4 mugs of it. All right. Plus, my husband also made a milkshake. Wow. I also gave some out to neighbors as a Christmas gift. Wow. So there you have some tips and people who like it. There's the ingredients, and then you can scroll down. It gives the directions. Not hard to do. If you got some time on your hand, you want to have something different, special, start a new tradition, you can make your own fresh eggnog. There you go, right? So that would be fun. So that is, I guess, see, we have variety. We have cooking classes here, which is kind of new. I don't think we've ever done anything cooking here at the Stamps of Life, but I didn't actually do the cooking, but there is the recipe for you. I bet I have almost all this stuff at home. Some of the time we have cream. Well, I think we just have whipped cream right now. I think I might have to make this sometime myself. And if I do, I will let you know how it goes. All right, we're moving on to our next item. Now, don't forget, again, at the end of this episode, we're going to do our like contest, drawing, whatever you want to call it. But there will be a question I ask, and you're going to comment in this section down below. So stay tuned for that. And again, if you have to leave, that's fine. You can come back and you'll find the comment. I'll ask the question in the comment section, or you can watch to the end of the video, skip, and you'll be able to get to that. Okay, so that's coming up. So our next item is, let's see, what do we have next? What do we have next? I know I made a slide for it. This is a cool one. Z-fold card die set. Here it is. It is a massive die. But you know what? It fits in a regular, no, that is not true. I am using a larger machine. And I think this, you know what, before I say any more, let's check out what the website says. Let's make this official. I don't want to be making up stuff that's not true. So let's see. I think it works with a, yeah. Oh, I was right. I was right about this. So let's go ahead and check out our website here. If you go to the Stamps of Life website and you just type in Z-fold, there it is, 33 dies. Do you really need all 33 dies? No, you do not. A lot of them are, if you can see me up here, a lot of them are just little decorative dies, small dies. You can add words. I think there's some sentiments there. There are flowers. So you can decorate with this or some other dies that you have you could use instead. But of the majority of what you use, you're going to use this one big large die, and then there's going to be a few big panels. Those are going to do almost all the work. So I know when it says like 33 like this, sometimes you get scared. Oh, I can't do something with 33 dies. No, you just need a few of them to do the base of the card and the panels. Most of the dies are just the decorative ones. All right, so don't let that overwhelm you. And here, just like I said, this die will fit in a standard die cut machine. How about that? And I'll show you. It just fits just right on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. It's pretty amazing. So if you have a regular size machine, it will work. If you have a larger size machine, perfect. You even have more space. The finished card makes a 3.5 by 5.5 inch card. So it's a little bit different sizing, but it will fit in a standard A2 envelope. So just so you know. So it was sold out before, but it's back in stock. And then you'll have your card ideas here. And it does say retiring soon. So if this is one you like, you might want to add it to your wish list. You can pick it up, get it before it retires. But works all kinds of different seasons. Happy birthday, spring card. There's another birthday card. You could do Christmas here. I'll use some. So you can add solids here on these colors, or you can use pattern paper. It's up to you. There we go. Coffee. This will work any time of the year. Just a good variety. This paper pad must have featured our bacon and eggs collection. Coffee was popular, using the flowers from inside, and you see how it folds up like that. So it's a Z when opened up, and then when you fold it, it goes down like that into a size of just roughly an A2 card. There's a video for that from a few years back. And when was this released originally? February of 2020. So this upcoming February, this die set would be 6 years old. So I imagine if you have it, it's really, really buried unless you use it a lot, which you should. But you know how sometimes we get new things and we just forget about the old things. So that can happen. And then scroll down. If you wanted to add the coffee stuff or the birthday candles, a little cake, some words, all that is listed down below. So that is on the website. Again, we are doing Take Two Tuesday here to introduce items like this to some of you who have never seen it. And then for those of you who already have it, this is just your reminder that, hey, you want to use this. Maybe it's been forgotten because it's 6 years from the past, but you really, really want to use it. Now, this one, I do have several card ideas, so I am going to show you these card samples. And let's switch again over to this little station so I can show you those and get our machine back out of here. We don't need that. And hopefully our little stage will work here. All right, there we go. So that doesn't look like much, but here's how it starts. And again, let me see if I can't get that to go a little bit straighter. Sending hugs, it says, and since it's Z-fold, it opens up. Again, this is all one die that does this. Does that whole base, and it opens up like that. Now you can add more here, and you also have some space on the back. Oh, I think I had it the wrong way. Well, either way, you can decorate as much as you want. You can fill in all the panels. There's one. Here's the base of it, just so you see. We'll cut this ourselves, but if you were just to cut the base, this is how it comes out. And it opens up like that. It has the nice scallops on it. There's another one here, sending hugs. And we've got all our cool bears there on the side. I really like that one. And you do have some space. If you want to write a little note, you could on that section. Up to you. A gift for you. So here our designer has created their card. Whoops, this way. Opens up like this. Now they've got their little sentiment in there, and hopefully our receiver gets all the way to the back because surprise, a gift for you. So that was added to the outside. Now I probably would have added it to make sure that they saw that. Well, depends which side you look at it. All right. But there's so many panels, so much fun stuff you can do there. And here we go. Hello, winter. And just opens up like that to the front or to the inside. You'll have to figure out the direction you want them to open it and how you decorate it, because that is the back there. So the back of the top, I'll get this figured out. There we go. So that opens up like that. Boom. Summertime. We've had summer, winter, birthday. Here's a cool flowery one. Again, this is the Z-Fold card die set. Happy birthday, it says there. It opens up like that. And again, you have these extra panels you can decorate. You can really add a lot to this. A couple more here. And we got some ladybugs on this one and our little gnome. Hey, Nomi, it says. And that opens up like that. Cool. Life is a garden. And I think you could add a little gift card right there. I would like to have my gift card on the inside so it's not missed. And this one actually says a gift for you. Yes. A gift for you. And then you open it up and boom, there is your gift card spot right there. You add a little Starbucks card or Amazon card, something there. And I think I've got one more. And let's see. And then here's this one. That would be the, whoops. So glad we're friendly, it says. That's a different sentiment. And then open it up. You've got your flowers there. Fun. If you want to go just with solid colors on the inside, then that gives you more space to stamp, get some sentiments in there. All right, up to you. Let's go ahead and die cut ourselves. I'll show you how to do the base and maybe add a couple panels here. It's pretty easy. And then we're going to do our Christmas quiz. Get into the Christmas season here. Let's get our machine set up. So again, you see all the dies that it comes with. Whoops. Let me switch cameras. Good thing I caught that. Good thing I caught that. Boom. Not that one. Okay, that's the one. No, that's not the one we wanted either. Where is it? There we go. So you, again, 33 dies. Don't worry about it. This is the big die that's going to cut our base, and then we'll get some of these panels out, okay, to fill in a little bit. And I do have a nice Christmassy pattern paper pad. This will save us. And just for the heck of it, we'll just do something different. We'll make the base of our card white. See how it comes out. If our pattern papers will stand out on a white card base. I think normally I would like to use a different color, like a darker for the base, but you can use white. Nothing wrong with that. And we'll give it a test today to see how it comes out. I like to have this at just a tiny bit of an angle here to kind of help with our speed bumps. And I see that's really kind of blown out like crazy, but my dies and my cardstock are there. I'm just missing a cutting pad. Where is it? Not under here. Did I put it on the floor? Yep. It had to be close. So you can see this is a larger machine. Excuse me. So if you were doing a smaller machine, you'd probably have to trim this cardstock down, right, to get it to run through the opening, because your openings are usually only 6 inches and the cardstock here is 8. So I'm sure you're used to doing that, but just so you know. And we're going to run that through there. Make sure we're on our... There we go. All the way through, and let's see what we have. So boom, just like that, there is our card base. Now this would be the back, so we just fold here and here. Look at that. So easy. This would be the front of our card. Then we would decorate and add some fun stuff there. And then this would be the back. Okay, that would be the back there. You could add your little made by. So let's go ahead and cut a couple of the panels to add there real quick. We'll do the front, and we'll probably leave that blank, but at least these two. Let's see what we can do. So I'm just going to pick out a couple different patterns here. What do we want? Let's put, we got trees, we got Santa. Let's put Santa on the front. He's going to, well, how do we want to do this? Maybe we'll leave the center. That's what we'll do. We'll leave the center open. So if we want to write or stamp something there, we could do that. We'll put Santa on the back, not on the back, but the last panel. We'll add that there. And what else can we have? Maybe we'll do a little, what do we want to put on the front? We could do some Christmas skit or this has Christmas cheers. That might work for the front. And then on the end, we could use a solid. Well, I'm going crazy here and using all kinds of sheets. But I'll do my best just to cut the section that I need. And so we've got our cheer. Let's find some kind of solid because we're kind of getting, things are getting a little bit busy here. Let's try this red. That'll be good. We've got a lot of red here with Santa and our words. We'll put the rest of that off to the side. Okay, so the largest piece, this panel here, we have to find the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and that'll be that one right there. I'll open this up and get these 3 extra panels here. Again, hang in there. After we put this part of the card together, we'll do our Christmas quiz. And then we'll finish up with our good news segment there at the end. We'll be in Luke chapter 2. And remembering the real important reason for Christmas. We'll talk about that. So Santa is going to go there. That's going to go there. What do we want to put? Let's do we're going to leave that white. We decided we're going to do that white. So we're going to leave this one out. We'll use this one twice. We're going to use this one twice. That's what we'll do. All right, Santa's first. And let's kind of do our best to make it so we can use some of this later. Most of this sheet will be unusable, but we'll do the best we can to save some of it. So if I put it right in the center, well, the whole sheet would be gone. But if I kind of put the die towards one corner, it's possible I'll find some uses for some of this extra. That is the idea there. If you don't care, you don't have to worry about it. But if you want to get the most out of your pattern paper, you want to think about that a little bit. Well, how can I preserve some of this and not have it all get used when I just really need one little section of it? All right. I mean, actually, we were using a little bit of a larger section here, but it's a good way to think. Get the most out of what you have. So here we go. This would be a scrap. Maybe we can use that at some point. And this is what we just die cut. And I'm going to add it right to here. So let's do that real quick. That will be our first level. We add that. You can see what I'm doing there. That will fit in there. If you wanted to go all out, if you had some other kind of rectangle dies, you could layer and make this look even more interesting. But there's one spot for us. We're going to leave this blank, but I need to add something here and here. So I did get that smaller die out. So we're going to use this one twice. Yeah. I'm going to try this. I don't know if it'll work, but we're going to try to run this through. I want this red, and I want this cheer words here. We'll see if this will cut through two sheets of cardstock or pattern paper at the same time. And will that work the right way? Ooh, I better think about that too. So this is going to, now I better not do that. I better not do that. I'm going to mess it up, and I don't want to mess it up. So this would go, so I got to think a little bit here. So that would definitely go that way. Ooh, I might be able to. I got to give this some thought, or else I'm going to end up cutting it the wrong way, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So that's going to go the right direction. That one I've got for sure. But the next layer inside, that's the one I got to think about a little bit to make sure it cuts the correct way. Because I'll kind of be using the die in the backwards direction. You heard that clicking and all that stuff. That was the speed bumps because I didn't do the angle trick, you know, when you adjust your die a little bit. Nothing big, no big deal. It just makes the machine a little bit louder. So then I would have that on the front. Let's go ahead and do that. And since we are thinking about Christmas, this is just for fun, and add your thoughts in the chat. Don't think about this one too much, but because this is one of those things where I'm going to ask you a question, and what is the first thing that comes to your mind? And again, no right or wrong answers. We're just having some fun. So when you think of Christmas, what is the very first thing that pops in your mind? And I did this earlier, and the first thing that popped in my mind was presents. And you go, oh, that's terrible. You know, you think, oh, let's think about Jesus or family or something. But I thought about presents, but I wasn't really thinking of them for myself, but I like to give presents. If I can find a nice present to give, I like to. So when you think of Christmas, what is the first thing that pops in your mind? Let us know in the chat, okay? First thing, if you say something weird, we won't hold it against you. Don't worry about that. But what is the first thing that pops in your mind? Maybe it's some good time you had at Christmas, or maybe it was like a bummer time. But whatever it was, just add it in the chat. Maybe it's some special thing you do with your family or some special memory. What is the first thing when you think of Christmas that pops in your mind? Maybe it is Jesus. Maybe it is the Christmas story. Maybe it's a special Christmas tree you had one year, or a gift you received. Or maybe on the other side, maybe there was one year there was a Christmas that you didn't get the gift that you were hoping for. Or maybe you gave a gift. Does this ever happen to you? You give a gift and you think it's going to be awesome, and then the people on the other side weren't as excited about it as you. That's kind of a bummer, huh? Oh, no. See, after all that, I did this wrong. Why is that not working? Oh, darn. Why is that not working? I get a fail button here. Thank you. I see, Gail. Thanks. Cut the other side. I couldn't hear you. That is terrible. Okay. I got to fix this. But first, I got to get this sound effect, because I told you guys when I mess up. Definitely a gong. Look at that, was a fail. Now I probably don't have enough cardstock here. So I should have done it. So my die was, see, I can't figure this out. So my die was going to go here, which that cuts it out the right way. But when I flip it over, well, I'm going to have to pick out a different color now. That was definitely a gong moment. All right. Do we have any more of that? Well, we're going to switch to this one. Now the trick is I got to make sure that I don't do it again. I got to make sure that I don't do it again. So we're going to flip it this way, and we're going to run it through here. All right, I got it now. I don't know what I was doing. Daydreaming. I guess I was talking too much. Kind of messed it up. So at least half of a sheet of cardstock down the drain. But so in the chat, let's forget about what Ken just did, but write down what comes to mind, your first thing that comes to mind when you think of Christmas. Add that in the chat, just for fun. Just for fun. All right, now I've got it. I still did it again the wrong way. Double gong. Look, I've done this twice, you guys. Twice. What am I doing wrong here? What am I doing wrong here? Oh, and Stephanie's trying to call me too. Let's see. I'm going to take this call. Hi, Stephanie. Are you there? Ah, let's try to call back. No, now she's not answering. Oh. Hello? That's all right. Did you just see what I did? Hey, everybody. Stephanie's here with me on the phone right now. Let's see. Yeah, I'll try. Hang on. I think my mic will pick you up. Okay, go.
Okay, so what did you just do? You wanted to tell me something.
So I had to give myself a gong because I cut the pattern paper. Yeah. And I was trying to make this Z fold. And not only once did I do one of the inserts, cut it backwards, I did it twice.
Good job.
So that's what
live videos usually, baby.
What?
That's why I usually do the live videos.
I know, you're the pro. So can you guys hear Stephanie or not? I have you by the mic, so I'm hoping they can. But yeah, so yeah, there's this one die that I've messed up. So
just use cardstock and then your life will
I know, but I was trying to show, like you could add different colors or patterns to the different parts of your card. So it just gong, I got to fail. It was going so good too. So I'm still trying to figure this out. Did you need to ask me about something or?
Yes, I did. Well, Dad wants to know if you'll be home in time because they want to come to our house and then let us drive them to church because he's concerned about the far walk.
No, I'm not going to make it.
You're not going to make it? Okay,
no.
I'll let him know.
So,
okay,
yeah,
we'll meet you at church.
I will meet you there.
What card do you have? Do you have the white card or the black card?
I have the white, yeah.
Oh, you bummer. Okay.
Okay,
thanks.
love you. Bye.
Okay, bye.
All right, everybody. Sorry about that. Sorry about that interruption. And let's see. Okay, so I'm still trying to figure this out. Why am I failing here? Why am I failing here? Here's my card base. I'm going to try one more time. This will be my final chance. I ran it through. This does not work. I understand. So it came out this way. Fine. So I have to go from the back side. So it would have worked if I would have cut on this side. So this would fit, but obviously I don't want that. So I've got to fix that. I've got to figure out how to do that. So here we go. One more time. One more time. Got to find my die. So I know I can do this. I know I can. So this would go this way. That doesn't work. See, that does not work. But this goes on here. So for that to happen, that means I cut it this way. Right. So if I want this side, that means I have to be on this side. Oh boy. This is confusing. This is confusing. So that piece is gone. All righty. Last chance here. And if this is a fail, well, we're just done. We are just done. All right, so this is what I think. Here's my cardstock. I'm actually going to put it under here, right? So it cuts this way. But when I cut through, I have to use this side. Is that right? I think. Okay, here we go. Last chance. Last chance. Last chance. I've never been so confused on a card panel in my whole life. I thought this was super easy. So if this has ever happened to you, I feel your pain. Okay, I feel your pain. And I know this should have been a really quick card, and now it's taking so much longer. So yeah, we're going to go to a Christmas Eve service tonight at the church my daughter goes to, so that will be fun, and I think we'll have some family. I figured it out. Ta-da! Now, even though I can't hear you, guys can all applaud. And you can say, finally, he did it. Wow. So it's just one of those things. It's kind of backwards, but it's kind of tough to figure out. This side was easy, but this side, All right, so I add that in there. Boom, look at that. I have the option. I can just go Merry Christmas. I have got my Christmas cheer. I have a sentiment on there. If I wanted to add a gift card or something in here, I could. If I wanted to do another panel, I could add that. You got Santa there on the back. It would fold up like that. You open it up. Our recipient opens. Merry Christmas. You could have on a little gift card holder in there. Then if you wanted to, you could sign off on the back. You could give yourself some credit. If you want to decorate even more, you could go for that. You could add to the back, but that's all up to you. And one of the things I like about this Z Fold card too is this scallop edge. It would look good straight, but that little scallop kind of gives a little bit of interest. So even though I can't hear you, guys can give me applause. Finally, he did it. Took a little bit of extra thinking, and sadly, a lot of wasted paper. Maybe we can use that somehow. I don't know, but there you go. That's how it should be. And that is the Stamps of Life Z Fold card. All right, Z Fold card. Whoosh. Again, thanks for your patience. Thanks for your patience with that one. That was a little wild. That was a little wild. Tested my brain a bit there. Okay, here we go. We are on. We're moving on. That die set is on the website. Be prepared. You have to think a little bit. If you're just using solids, it's no problem. It's not going to be a problem. But when you use a pattern, then it becomes a bit of a challenge. So yeah, that is one thing. When you use patterns, because you want them to go the right way and you want to get the right side, you're going to have to think it out a little bit. If you're doing solid, no problem. It's going to come out right all the time. All right, I'm going to find this quiz. Now, you know what, everybody? This quiz, I actually made up this quiz myself. Well, I didn't make it myself, but you know what I did? I went into ChatGPT and I said, ChatGPT, can you make me a Christmas quiz with 15 questions? So you can do this yourself. And I said, make some of the questions like themed around Christmas, like modern pop culture questions, and then some biblical, and then some I think I might have done music. So we're going to get a good variety. We're going to get a good variety of questions. So if you haven't used ChatGPT, you can make up your own quiz like this. You could build it yourself. And if you don't like all the answers or questions, or maybe it's too hard or too easy, you can say, ChatGPT, I like what you did, but make it a little bit harder or make it a little bit easier. And I even asked it to make the questions and then give me the answers, but make them separate, and it did it. So if you want to know a fun way to use that and you don't want to try to think up all the questions yourself, you can have ChatGPT do it for you. So if these questions are great and you like them, cool. And if they're kind of weird, that's because of the prompts I gave it. Okay, so it's just trying to work off what I asked it, because I think when it originally gave me the first quiz, they were like too easy. So I said, no, make it a little more challenging. So let's see. I'm going to get our questions here. Let me bring up the questions, and I'm going to make it so you can't see the answers. All right. And then on another screen, I actually have the answer. So you guys will answer, and answer in the chat. and I will let you know what the correct answer was, because I will have another screen over here on the other side. You'll see the questions, but I have the answers. And let me see that. Ooh, I got all the answers there. I'm not going to even look at the answers, so I don't try to know what they are. But I do need to look at the chat, so let me do that. So our first question for our Christmas quiz, this is just for fun. And we're not even keeping score or anything, but I'd just love to see your guys' answer. So make sure you answer in the chat, okay? Make sure you answer in the chat. And here we go. I'll answer the question, and in the chat, you let me know what you think the answer is. Again, we're not going to call you out if you're wrong, and I can't give you any points or anything if you get them right. So this is just for fun. So here's our first question for our Christmas Eve quiz. Question 1. The angel who spoke to Mary about the birth of Jesus was named. Who knows the name of the angel that spoke to Mary about the birth of Jesus? Add that in the chat. That's our first question. Go ahead and answer in the chat. Our first question. The angel who spoke to Mary about the birth of Jesus was named. So this is fill in the blank. And I see a bunch of Gabriels. And that is correct. If you said Gabriel, you are correct. I almost said Michael. Gabriel, you are right on. Good job. Question 2. Jesus was wrapped in what kind of cloth after his birth? What does the Bible say? What did they wrap Jesus in after he was born? What did they wrap him in after he was born? What did they wrap Jesus? What kind of cloth? The answer is good. Swaddling. Swaddling cloth. I think that just means like strips of cloth, right? Next question. The angel said, I should have them mix these up. So this is the biblical part, but we'll get to some other stuff too. The angel said, glory to God in the... What's the answer for number 3? Glory to God in the... Fill in the blank. Glory to God. If you said in the highest, you got it right. Question number 4. The hymn. Now we're going on to some songs. The hymn, Hark the Herald Angel Sings, was written by Charles. Make sure everybody answers. I'm seeing some of you are into this, and I'm not hearing from some of you, so make sure everybody jump in the chat. This is just for fun. See how many you can get right. The hymn, Hark the Herald Angel Sings, was written by Charles. King Charles. Charles in Charge. Charles in the Chocolate Factory. Nope. Debbie says she doesn't know most of these. Wow. See, we can all learn some things. It is Charles Wesley. I saw some people who got it right. Charles Wesley. The song Oh Holy Night was originally written in the language of, how about this one? This is a challenging one. Oh Holy Night, the stars are brightly shining. What language was that originally written in? We know it in English, but what language do you think it was originally written in? This one's a little challenging. What do you think the original Oh Holy Night was written in? Got some guesses. German, French, German. It says, according to ChatGPT. Now, you know what? When you use ChatGPT, you got to know this, that ChatGPT says these answers could be wrong. So be warned, all right? Don't believe everything ChatGPT tells you, but they say the answer is French. Next, the Nutcracker Ballet was composed by blank Tchaikovsky. Number 6. Who composed the Nutcracker Ballet? Last name, Tchaikovsky. What is his first name? They are giving us the Russian version and also the English. This is kind of a challenging one. Yeah. Oh, yes. We've got one person who's got it even correct. I think that's Russian, right? The Nutcracker Bailey. It was by, we know it as Peter, but is Piotr? Is that how you say it? Number 6 is Piotr Tchaikovsky. I did not know that one. Number 7. If you're getting them all wrong, don't feel bad, because I've gotten about 3 of them right. We're on number 7. St. Nicholas was known for giving gifts in the city of, what city did St. Nicholas give out gifts, according to ChatGPT? St. Nicholas gave out gifts in the city of, does anybody know this one? This is a tricky one. I don't know it. Oh, gosh. Or do you, M1326, you've got all the answers here. You're not Googling these answers, are you? Because you're doing really good. The answer is Myra. The city of Myra. Does anybody know what country that city is in? Is it in Turkey? Maybe. So if you said Myra, M-Y-R-A, for number 7, you were right. I did not know that one, so I would get a Number 8, the first known printed Christmas cards appeared in the blank century. Christmas cards, when did they start? So like the 15th century, 14th century, 16th century. So if you say 17th century, that means in the 1600s. So what century do you think Christmas cards started to make themselves known? Myra is in Turkey. That was what I would guess. The first printed Christmas cards appeared in what century? Anybody? Debbie says the 20th. You're close. Paula says 17th. Karen says 19th, and that is correct, Karen. 19th century. So that would have been the years of the 1800s, right? 18. So you had to have a printing press. 1800s. In Home Alone, now we're getting ones we can get. In Home Alone, the wet bandits plan to rob houses on blank street. Question number 9. In Home Alone, the wet bandits plan to rob houses on blank street. What is that? In Home Alone, the wet bandits plan to rob houses on blank street. What's the name of the street in Home Alone? I don't know it. I think I've watched most of Home Alone, but I don't know if I've watched all of it at the same time. But the wet bandits, what street did they try to rob? Answer it there in the chat, according to ChatGPT. No clue. Debbie says, yeah, I did not pay attention to that part. What street are they on? Houses on. It's like a trick one. Nobody's answering this one. Wow. See, I said make it a little bit more challenging and harder, so this one definitely got us. Ooh, there's somebody. Marianne got it. Lincoln, that is right. Lincoln. Did not know that. To rob houses on Lincoln Street. Number 10. We're only going to 15. I told ChatGPT I only wanted 15 questions. The red-nosed reindeer first appeared in a story written for a blank store. So the Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer first appeared in a story written for what kind of store? What kind of store? Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer for a, was it a convenience store? Was it a sporting goods store? Was it a musical instruments store? No, it was a department store. That's right. Toy, I would have guessed that too. Toy would have been good, but it's a department store. Department. Number 11. I've never seen this movie. Of course, this character is famous. The Grinch's heart grows blank sizes by the end of the story. The Grinch's heart grows how many sizes by the end of the story? The Grinch. The Grinch. Oh, you guys are telling me, gosh, we used to have Sears in Montgomery. We don't even have those anymore. So Debbie and SMA say 10. Stephanie's got 4 times that one. 10. I'm going to Google this one because you guys are all telling me 10, but that is not what ChatGPT says. So I'm going to Google this. How many times? Because I'm going to see if ChatGPT is lying to us. Let's see if ChatGPT lied to us. 3 sizes. 3 sizes. 3 sizes. And that is what ChatGPT said. So ChatGPT did not let us down, did not lie to us. Let's get back to our quiz there. If you said 3, you're correct. If you said 10, no. All you people with 3s, yes. 10s, Okay, number 12. In A Charlie Brown Christmas, Linus recites scripture from the Gospel of... So what is Linus reading from in the Charlie Brown Christmas? Which one of the Gospels? Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John? Which one of the Gospels does Linus read from? And we're going to actually read, coming up, we're going to read some Gospel. Luke. If you said Luke, you are right. Matthew? Nope. Mark? John? Nope. It is Luke. Number 13, the Frosty the Snowman melts when he gets to... some of them are too easy. So how does Frosty melt? When he gets to... What happens? Hot. That's close. ChatGPT says when he gets too warm. Hot, warm. That's the same. Obviously, that makes sense, right? The greenhouse. All right. Next up, number 14. The Christmas Carol, God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen, dates back to the blank century. So going back in time here again. God rest ye merry gentlemen. What century does it go back to? Is it 20th century, 19th century, 18th century? I would just be guessing too. I don't know. When they guess centuries or years, I don't know. It goes back farther than you would think. The 16th century. How about that? 16th century. That means that is the 1500s, sometime in the 1500s. Wow. That is going back in time. 1500s. And then last up, the word Noel comes from a Latin word meaning, and I would have got this one wrong because I thought it was like the first message from God, the first like announcement. I was wrong. The word Noel comes from a Latin word meaning, what do you guys think Noel means? Let me check this because I'm suspect about this one too. I better check over here because otherwise I'll give you, this is our last answer. And then you have to be honest and tell us how many you got right. Ooh, which will be kind of sad, but some of these we'll probably never remember. What? We'll never forget, I mean. We'll know the answers now. What does Noel mean? Noel means... the Google says this is what it means. Does anybody know what Noel means? I thought it was Christmas too. That would have been a good one. It means birth. Natalis. It comes from the word natalis. Birth. So Noel, when you see that word, the first Noel, that song, I thought it was like the first Christmas or the first Christmas message. The first birth. So when you heard that song, Noel comes from a Latin word meaning birth. Okay, so tell me how many you got right in the chat. Tell me how many you think you got right. I'm looking over these. I would have got 1, 2, 3. I would have got 4 or 5 right. M1326 is 13. That is impressive. I would have got 4 or 5 right. Deb says 5. Dawn says 4. Karen says didn't count. Guess, Karen. You're allowed to guess. If you thought you got about half of them right, you can say 7 or 8. But I guess we should have went, if we really wanted to get them all right, we should have gone with the easy version that ChatGPT gave us first. But I thought it was way too easy. But if you want to make your own quizzes up, that is one way to do it. Add that info into ChatGPT. If you don't like the results you get at first, you can ask it, hey, can you make it a little bit harder, make it a little bit easier? Or maybe you want to know about different subjects. You can quiz yourself and make quizzes and help yourself learn some things, because you can say, give me the questions, but then give me the answers separate, and they'll make a space so you can't see all the answers. So something to do for fun. I just learned about doing that today. I knew I could do something like that, but I never thought of making up our own quiz for us. Okay, we are going on. Let's move on. If you have your Bible with you, you want to, since we just talked about how Linus read from Luke chapter 2, that's what we're going to do too. And we have just a brief little devotional here. And this is a special time of year. And so we really want to hear from God and what Christmas is really all about. And it is really all about Jesus. So we're going to talk about that and his birth. Let me try to get rid of this down here at the bottom. And I will grab our verse up. Let me switch over to the main camera. Here I am. I forgot to do that. So I've got that, and I will get our verse ready. Luke chapter 2. I think we're starting around verse 4. Verse 4. We'll read the passage, but we're going to focus on one particular part. And my question I think I have a question for you. Maybe I don't on this part. Oh, so in this story, something amazing is going to happen. And my question is for you. If a bunch of angels appeared to you, like you're just doing your thing, you're just quietly going through your day, maybe it's daytime or nighttime, a bunch of angels appear to you and they pop out in this bright light, what would be your reaction? Our guys here in this story, the shepherds, said they were kind of afraid. How would you react? That was my question. How would you react if a bunch of angels, like right now, whatever you're doing, a whole bunch of angels, I don't know, 10 or 20 of them showed up and just started singing to God, and it was all bright and everything was lit up. How would you react? I definitely think I would be afraid. I've never seen an angel like that, but these shepherds, they encountered these angels in sounds like the middle of the night. It was dark and they're just doing their job, their thing. And it says they were a little bit afraid, and I could imagine that happening. So how would you react if a bunch of angels were to show up to you right now? Let us know in the chat. Let us know in the chat. Maybe you would run, or maybe you would cover your eyes, or maybe you would have tears of joy, or you might just be like, you wouldn't know what to do. You could be amazed. But I have a feeling I would be a little bit afraid. I think I would probably be a little bit afraid. If these are the kind of angels that are on God's team, of course we're okay. But if they're like the kind of the bad, naughty angels, that could be a bit of a problem. So we're talking about good angels. Good angels. Let me get rid of that. I cannot get rid of this evil. There we go. Finally. So here we go. I'm just using a tablet. I have my Bible on here. So starting at Luke chapter 2, and we're reading in verse 4. Our main verse will be, is verse 20, and I'll pop that up on the screen for you here in just a second. I believe it, yeah, Luke 2:20. But starting in verse 4, we'll read the Christmas story together. Now Joseph went up from Galilee out of the city of Nazareth to Judea, to the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he belonged to the family of David, to be registered with Mary, his wife, who was with child. So Mary's expecting, she's ready to have her baby. And the ruler of Rome says, you know what? I want to tax all the people. And how am I going to do that? They're going to go back to their town that they were born in, and they have to register there. And the interesting thing is the Bible says Jesus has to be born in Bethlehem. Well, they were living in Nazareth. So God uses what this Roman ruler does to get the family to Bethlehem. It's about a 60, 80-mile walk. There might have been a donkey. They might have been walking. We don't know. But she's very pregnant. They arrive. So it was while they're in Bethlehem, the days were completed for her to be delivered, and Mary brought forth her firstborn son and wrapped him in swaddling cloths and laid him in a manger. A manger, that's the feeding trough. And because there was no room for them in the inn, so no room for Jesus. Kind of sad, huh? Now there were in the same country. Now we get to the next section. There were shepherds living out in the fields, keeping watch over their flock by night. So it's nighttime. We don't know exactly the time that Jesus was born. Could have been afternoon or evening, but the shepherds and the angels meet up here. And behold, an angel of the Lord stood before them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were greatly afraid. And then the angel said to them, "Do not be afraid, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which will be to all people. For there is born to you this day in the city of David a Savior, who is Christ the Lord. And this will be the sign to you. You will find a babe wrapped in swaddling cloths lying in a manger." And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host praising God and saying, "Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men." So it started out one angel, and all of a sudden the other angels couldn't handle it anymore, and they all show up and they're praising God, singing to God. So it was when the angels had gone away from them into heaven that the shepherds said to one another, "Let us now go to Bethlehem and see this thing that has come to pass, which the Lord has made known to us." And they came with haste, and they found Mary, and they found Joseph, and they found the babe lying in a manger. And now when they had seen him, they made widely known the saying which was told them concerning this child. They were excited. They had to go out and they told other people what God had done. And all those who heard it marveled at those things which were told them by the shepherds. But Mary kept all these things and pondered them in her heart. And then this is our main verse right here, verse 20. Then the shepherds returned, glorifying and praising God for all the things they had heard and seen as it was told to them. Let me put that verse up so you can see. Verse 20 is our main verse. So the shepherds were excited. They went off glorifying and praising God. Hey, I have the verse this week. Remember last week I forgot it, sadly. So there we have our verse. So they went away. This was truly an amazing event, right? All these angels appear. They get this special message from God, and they go and they find baby Jesus. It was amazing because the Son of God, Jesus, had come down from heaven. He had come down to earth. God became a man. He became a little baby. Isn't that amazing to think that God could even do that, or he would even want to do that? So God has this plan to save his people. See, it says he's the Savior. We all need to be saved. What do we need to be saved from? Our sinful nature, like we've fallen away from God and we can't help ourselves. So we need help. So Jesus has come to rescue us, to save us. He's the Savior. That's why we call him that. So what did they see in here? We talked about the angels announcing Jesus' birth and his mission, and that the shepherds would get to see him. They were excited about this. And so this special evening played out, and then we get that response where it says they were glorifying and praising God. Now I looked up those two words. I looked up those two words, glorifying and praising God, so we could kind of understand what was happening here. And they're a little bit different. So glorifying means to publicly praise and honor, give worth to, and lead others to see the greatness of God and what he was doing. So that's what glorifying means, to praise and honor. They were giving praise and honor to God. They were excited about this night. And then that next word, it says praising, which means to outwardly talk or shout or sing about or tell a story about God and what he had done. So they were doing that too. So they were honoring God by glorifying him, and then they were praising him. They were just talking about what God had done. And since they were so excited about it, they went out and they told other people about it. And so this Christmas, everybody, we're going to get busy, right? And we're going to be doing stuff like Christmas. We get busy, we have gifts, we have meals, we have family, we have places to go, and all those things are fun and great, but we kind of can get distracted a little bit, right, from the main thing. What is Christmas really about? Is about this great thing that God had done, right? The Noel, like we just talked about, the first birth, the birth of Jesus, the Savior coming into the world. So let us, rather than getting distracted, we can enjoy all of these things. Let's do that. Let's enjoy this Christmas season. But as we're going and about and we're being busy, let us take the time to remember this special event. And like the shepherds here, let's make sure that we're glorifying, we're giving honor to God for what he has done for us. We're giving thanks to Jesus that he would come down here and visit us here on earth. And then let's do that second part too. Let's offer, what did it say? It said they were glorifying and praising. They went about and they talked about this special thing, this special meaning of Christmas with others. So let's do that ourselves. Let's celebrate. Let's share the good news. So think about that yourselves. Is there one person you could remind, like maybe you give them a present or a gift, or maybe you give them a meal, and or you have somebody at your home, and those are all wonderful things to do, don't get me wrong, but could you go that extra step and remind somebody, hey, don't forget that Christmas is about Jesus? Would you be willing to do that? Is there one child or one family member or maybe a neighbor or somebody special in your life? Maybe somebody who's really blessed, or maybe somebody who's going through a difficult time. Is there somebody that you could share the Christmas message with? You don't have to go like a big story like I'm telling you now, or through all the things we've been talking about, but just keep it really simple. That Christmas is about Jesus. Is there one person you could share the gospel, the good news with? Somebody you care about. I think it's really important that we do that. So let's find somebody. Maybe we've heard it all here. We've shared it together. We've been reminded that the importance of Christmas is Jesus, but maybe there's somebody in our life who hasn't heard that. And that might just really make a difference in their life. You never know. The Bible says that God's word is powerful. And when we go about praising him and talking about him to others, I think it can really make an impact on other people's lives. Because again, like I was saying, everybody gets so busy and so distracted that they forget about God and how much he loves them and cares for them. And some people haven't heard that Jesus is interested in their life. He's for them. He wants to be on their side. He wants to bless them and do good things for them. And just by him coming from heaven to earth to visit us and to be our Savior, that is the greatest blessing of all. So let's look for ways to share that and then see what God will do. So think about that. Pray about it. Maybe there's one way that God can use you. Maybe it's writing a little note or sending a card to someone, a Christmas card that talks a little bit about the Savior. Or maybe it's just showing God's love to somebody and you talk to them and you're saying, you know, God did this for me and you want to share that with somebody else. I think that is wonderful. When you talk about what God has done in your life, or when I talk about what God has done in my life. So let's think about that and share God's love at this Christmas time. And then ending in with that, I want to say Merry Christmas to all of you. I hope this will be your best Christmas ever. And no, I did not forget. We are going to do our question, okay? I was talking about this earlier in the show. I said this is a variety show, right? And we've gone really long today. This will be our last really long episode like this. I'm going to start scaling it down. But our question, this will be for our contest. Don't answer in the chat here because this will get lost. I won't get to see it. But in the comment section down below this video where you're allowed to put comments, when this comes to an end, I'll post the question there too. But my question is, I need for you to give me, and this is for a chance to win a $20 Stamps of Life gift certificate. Again, if I could get 100 answers, 100 different comments, I'll pick one winner randomly. Doesn't matter what your answer is, but the question is, if you could make one kind of holiday themed fold it card die set, what would you make? So think of like, it could be a Christmas tree or it could be a snowman. Now, some of these we already have. And if you say that one, it's okay, but try to come up with something original. Maybe it's some word. But think beyond just Christmas. It could be a Halloween theme, or it could be a Thanksgiving theme, or a Valentine, or birthday, any kind of holiday, 4th of July, St. Patrick's. Give me some ideas. I need some ideas from you. You can give me more than one idea, but in the comments section down below, you're going to tell me your idea for a folded card. Give me your idea. This is just for fun. Some kind of holiday themed special day folded card die set. Give me your ideas. You're going to add that in the chat, okay, when this video ends. Or you might be able to see the comment section down below right now. But I will post it in there. Give me your answer there. Next week when we come back, I will have a winner, and we'll announce that, and we will send off a $20 Stamps of Life gift certificates to some lucky winner. All right, that is it. All right, that is it. Give me your ideas. Give me your folded card ideas in the comment section down below. Everybody has a chance to win. You don't have to watch this whole video. Hopefully you'll catch this question and enter. Have a wonderful Merry Christmas. I'm wrapping things up. I'm going to try to get out of here early. Have a wonderful time, whatever you are up to. Make the best of this time of year and enjoy the season, and just feel blessed. And above all, know that God loves you. We love you here too. And we hope, again, that you have an awesome holiday. And then we're going to get ready for an exciting New Year. Is not far away. But in the meantime, let's enjoy this Christmas season. Let's make it be really special. All right. I will see you next Tuesday. It should be. We'll be on schedule. We'll have one more episode for this year for 2025. All right. I am off. Merry Christmas to all of you. See you next week. Take care. Bye-bye. Whoop, I'm back.